everyone, I'm Emma. Like, share, and subscribe now.
Hey, I'm Jackson. Let's continue today's topic.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. I'm so happy you're here today. Oh my goodness, we have such a good episode for you. This one is really personal for me.
Hey everyone, great to be here. And yes, I already know what you're going to say because I felt the exact same way when I first started watching English movies.
Right. So tell me, have you ever sat down to watch an English movie? You're excited, you've got your snacks, and then the movie starts and it sounds like everyone is just mumbling? Like noise? You can't catch a single sentence?
Yes, and the worst part is, you studied English, grammar, vocabulary. So why does it still sound like complete gibberish? That is exactly what we're talking about today.
Today on Simple English Talks, we are going to explain the real reason English movies sound like noise to you. And trust me, it is not because your English is bad. There are specific, real reasons this happens, and once you understand them, everything starts to make sense.
By the end of this episode, you're going to understand exactly why movie English is so hard to follow, what skills you actually need to improve, and how to start training your ears so movies slowly become clearer and clearer.
We want to hear from you right now. Tell us in the comments, what was the last English movie you watched? Did you understand it? Or did it sound like noise? Be honest. We won't judge you at all.
And before we jump in, please hit that subscribe button on Simple English Talks right now. We upload new episodes every week, and every single one is going to help your real English get better. Okay, let's get into the real reasons.
All right, so let's start with the first and biggest reason. The English you learned in school or from textbooks is what we call standard or formal English. It's clean, it's slow, it's clear. Every word is pronounced perfectly. But here's the thing. Nobody actually talks like that in real life, and definitely not in movies.
Think about it. If a character in a movie said, "Hello, I would like to ask you a question. Would you please tell me where the bathroom is located?" That would sound so weird and robotic. Nobody talks like that. In real movies, the same line sounds like, "Hey, where's the bathroom?"
And that's the gap. You trained your ears on the first version. Slow, clear, textbook English. But movies use the second version. Fast, casual, reduced, real English. And your brain has never heard that version enough times to recognize it automatically.
Here's a great example. The phrase, "I don't know." In textbooks, you hear every word clearly. I don't know. But in a movie, a character will say, "I don't know." Or even faster, "Dunno."
This is called reduced speech, and it's everywhere in movies. Going to becomes gonna. Want to becomes wanna. Have to becomes hafta. Got to becomes gotta. Let me becomes lemme. Give me becomes gimme. These reductions happen hundreds of times in a single movie.
So here's your first practice task. Say these out loud right now. Say, "I wanna go." Say, "I'm gonna eat." Say, "You have to try this." Say, "Give me a second." How did that feel? A little weird, maybe? That's okay. The more you practice saying them, the faster your ears will recognize them too.
And it's not just reductions. Movie characters also speak in very short, incomplete sentences. In real conversation, people don't speak in full grammatical sentences all the time. They say things like, "You sure?" instead of, "Are you sure?" Or, "Coming?" instead of, "Are you coming?" Or just, "No way." Or, "Seriously?"
Your textbook never showed you those, and that's not your fault. Textbooks teach you complete, grammatically correct sentences, but movies show you how people actually talk. And there's a big, big difference between those two things. So the first reason movies sound like noise is you were trained on formal English, and movies use real English.
Okay, so now let's talk about the second big reason. And this one is really sneaky. Have you ever noticed that in movies, people seem to talk incredibly fast? One character starts talking, and before they even finish, another character jumps in? That's not an accident. That's how real conversations work.
In normal conversation, people interrupt each other. They talk over each other, they finish each other's sentences, they start talking before the other person is done. This is called overlapping speech, and it's extremely common in movies, especially in scenes with arguments, excitement, or big groups of people.
When you're a learner, you need a little bit of processing time. You hear a word, your brain looks it up, translates it, understands it, and then you're ready for the next word. That process takes maybe half a second. But in a movie, the next 5 words have already been said during that half second.
And it's not just speed and overlap. Movies have background noise too. There's music, there are sound effects, there's crowd noise, there's traffic, there's rain. All of these sounds are competing with the dialogue. And your ears haven't been trained to separate the voice from the background noise yet.
Think about this. When you listen to a simple English Talks podcast, what do you hear? Just our voices. Clear. Nothing in the background. That's what learning audio sounds like. But a movie has layers and layers of sound happening all at once. It's a completely different listening experience.
So here's the difference between formal and informal listening situations. Formal, a classroom, a slow podcast, a textbook recording. The speaker is clear, slow, and there's no background noise. Informal, a movie, a TV show, a real conversation in a noisy place, multiple sounds, fast speech, overlapping voices. Those require a completely different set of listening skills.
3 practical tips. First, start with subtitles in English, not your native language. English subtitles help your brain connect the sounds to the words. Second, watch the same scene twice. First time, without stopping. Second time, pause and repeat the lines out loud. Third, choose movies or shows with simpler dialogue first. Animated movies, sitcoms, and comedy shows usually have clearer speech than action movies or dramas.
Write in the comments, do you watch movies with subtitles? Which language do you use? English subtitles? Or your native language subtitles? Tell us. This is going to be really interesting to see.
And remember, action movies are actually the hardest. They have the most background noise, the fastest speech, and the most emotional, rapid-fire dialogue. So if you're struggling with action movies, that makes complete sense. You're basically playing the hardest level of listening. Start with something easier.
So, the second reason movies sound like noise is the combination of fast speech, overlapping conversation, and background sounds that your ears haven't been trained to handle yet. But with the right practice, they absolutely can be.
All right, here's the third reason. And this one surprises a lot of learners. Even if you understand standard American or British English pretty well, movies are full of different accents, slang words, and cultural references that you might have never encountered before.
Let's talk about accents first. Hollywood movies have characters from all over the world. American accents, British accents, Australian accents, Southern American accents, New York accents, Scottish accents, sometimes even within the same movie. And each accent sounds different. The vowels change, the rhythm changes, even some words are pronounced completely differently.
For example, an Australian character might say today in a way that sounds almost like to die to an untrained ear. A British character might say can't in a way that sounds like can't. A Southern American character might stretch their vowels, y'all instead of you all. They're all English, but they sound very different.
And then there's slang. Oh, slang is everywhere in movies. Slang words are informal words that real people use, but that you'll never find in a grammar book. Things like, that's sick, meaning something is amazing. I'm dead, meaning something is incredibly funny. She's shady, meaning someone seems untrustworthy. We're good, meaning everything is okay.
And slang changes. What was cool slang 10 years ago might sound old now. What teenagers say in movies today is completely different from what characters said in movies from the 1990s. So even if you studied English from older materials, the slang in modern movies will feel like a foreign language.
And then there are cultural references. Movies constantly reference things from American or British culture, sports teams, TV shows, famous people, historical events, food, holidays. And if you don't know those cultural things, even a simple joke won't make sense to you.
For example, a character might say, "He's the real MVP." If you don't know that MVP means most valuable player and comes from American sports culture, that sentence means nothing to you. Or a character might reference a famous American TV show from the 1990s, and if you never watched it, the joke goes completely over your head.
So here's a little practice. I'm going to say some movie slang. Say the meaning out loud. Ready? That's fire. It means something is amazing or excellent. No cap. It means I'm not lying, I'm serious. It's a vibe. It means the atmosphere or feeling of a place is really good. How many did you know? Tell us in the comments.
The good news is, you can learn all of this. Accents get easier with exposure. Slang can be looked up. Cultural references become familiar the more you watch. The key is consistent, regular exposure to real English media. Every hour you spend watching English content is training your brain, even if it feels hard.
So the third reason movies sound like noise is accents, slang, and cultural references that fall completely outside what you learned in your English classes. But now you know they exist, and you can start paying attention to them.
Okay, let's be honest for a second. When people try to improve their English by watching movies, they make some really common mistakes. And I've made these too, so this isn't about judging. It's about helping you practice smarter.
Mistake number 1, watching movies with your native language subtitles. I know it's comfortable, but here's the problem. When you have subtitles in your own language, your brain immediately switches to reading mode. You stop listening to the English almost completely. You're basically just reading a translated text while English noise plays in the background. That's not listening practice at all.
And why does this feel easier? Because your brain is lazy. In a good way. Your brain always takes the easiest path. If there's a translation right in front of you, why would it bother processing the English sounds? So the fix is, switch to English subtitles. Or no subtitles at all for short clips.
Mistake number 2, only watching movies once. You watch it, you don't understand much, you feel frustrated, and you move on to a different movie. But the real learning happens on the second or third watch. The first time, your brain is just getting familiar. The second time, you start catching things you missed. The third time, so much more makes sense.
Think about your favorite movie in your own language. You've probably seen it many times, right? And every time you notice something new. English movies work the same way. Rewatching is not a waste of time. Rewatching is the method.
Mistake number 3, trying to understand every single word. This is a big one. Learners often feel like if they miss one word, they failed. So they stop, rewind, stop, rewind, and after 30 minutes, they've only watched 5 minutes of the movie, and they feel exhausted and defeated.
But here's the truth. Native speakers don't catch every word either. In a noisy scene, we miss things too. We use context. We use body language. We use what we already know about the story to fill in the gaps. You need to practice doing the same thing. Let some words go. Focus on the big picture meaning.
Mistake number 4. Watching content that's too advanced too fast. Starting with a fast-talking crime drama or a show full of slang and cultural humor is like a beginner swimmer jumping into the deep end of the pool. Start shallow. Animated movies, children's shows, simple sitcoms, these have clearer speech, simpler vocabulary, and they're still real English.
Please don't feel bad if you've been making these mistakes. Every English learner makes them. The fact that you're watching English content at all means you're trying, and that's what matters. Just adjust your approach and you'll see progress much faster.
So to recap, switch to English subtitles, rewatch your favorite scenes, allow yourself to miss words, and choose content at the right level. Small changes, big results.
Okay, let's do some practice together. I want you to choose the better answer for each situation. And please, say your answer out loud. Don't just think it. Speaking and listening are connected skills, so use both.
Situation 1. You want to improve your movie listening skills. Do you A. Watch one new movie every day in your native language subtitles? Or B. Rewatch one English movie 3 times this week with English subtitles?
B is the better choice. Rewatching with English subtitles builds the connection between what you hear and what the words actually are. Watching lots of new content with native language subtitles just gives you entertainment, not practice.
Situation 2. A character in a movie says, "No cap, that was fire." You don't understand it. Do you A. Stop the movie, feel frustrated, and give up? Or B. Guess from context that something was really good and keep watching?
B. Always B. Guessing from context is a real skill that fluent speakers use all the time. The emotional reaction of the other characters, the music, the facial expressions, all of these give you clues. Trust your instincts.
Situation 3. You want to practice with movies, but you find it very hard. Should you A. Start with a fast-paced action thriller? Or B. Start with a simple animated movie or sitcom?
B again. Start where it's manageable. A little bit of challenge is good. Too much challenge just makes you want to quit. Find your level and work up from there slowly.
Now here's your challenge. Think of one English movie or TV show you've tried to watch before. Write in the comments, what was the title and what made it difficult for you? Was it the accent, the speed, the slang? We want to know.
And here's your homework for this week. Pick one short scene from any English movie, just 2 or 3 minutes long. Watch it 3 times. First time, just watch and try to get the general feeling. Second time, use English subtitles and follow along. Third time, pause and repeat lines out loud, copying the rhythm and speed. Report back to us.
You don't need to understand everything. Progress is not perfection. Every minute of real English you listen to is making your ears stronger. Keep going.
Wow, okay, what an episode. I feel like we just solved a mystery that so many English learners have been struggling with for years. You are not bad at English. Movies are just genuinely hard, and now you know exactly why.
Let's quickly go over the 3 real reasons English movies sound like noise. Reason 1, movies use real, reduced, informal English, not the clean textbook English you practiced. I don't know becomes dunno. Going to becomes gonna. Your ears need to learn those real sounds. Reason 2, movies are full of fast speech, overlapping voices, and background sounds that make listening much harder than a quiet classroom or podcast. Reason 3, accents, slang, and cultural references that your English classes simply never covered.
But here's what I want you to remember most from today. This is a skill problem, not an intelligence problem. Your brain is completely capable of understanding movie English. It just needs more exposure, the right kind of practice, and a little bit of patience. Every learner who is now fluent went through exactly what you're going through right now.
Here's something to think about after this episode. Which of the 3 reasons was the biggest surprise to you? Was it the reduced speech, the background sounds, or the slang and cultural references? Think about which one is your biggest challenge and focus your practice there.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like and share it with another English learner who needs to hear this. And make sure you subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. We are here every week with real, practical English help that actually works in the real world.
You are doing amazing. Seriously, the fact that you're here, learning, trying, and asking questions, that already puts you ahead. Be patient with yourself. Be consistent. And one day, very soon, you're going to sit down, press play on an English movie, and realize you understood most of it. That day is coming. We promise. See you next time.